Denver held on to possession to end the first quarter. 30 seconds left for them to shoot to start the second. End line, Bowers. Up top, Kyle lets it rip. Unstoppable in the first half for Caroline Kyle. Pops up in the air and falls down into Loshirt's stick. Loshirt has a one-on-one, spins through and scores. Sophia Loshirt with one of the prettiest goals you'll see tonight. Skip, far side of the crease. Bounced outside for Motts. Now a rip, and it's good. Eileen Dooley bounces it home, and the Golden Eagles strike first. Drigg, sidewinder is denied. Guaku coming off the best game of her career with another save there for the Pios. McGovern, entry, Blix. Streaking in towards Cage, a catch and finish, and finally, Georgetown strikes. Berg gets it to her left. Wraparound shot, she finishes it. Louisville, a second half comeback to stun Cincinnati on the road. Burns inside, quick catch and shoot, Osborne. The turnaround shot finds the back of the net, and Marquette answers the call. Ripple lets it fly. It's a hat trick in the first half for Olivia Ripple, and Denver has opened up a 5-goal lead. It's her 13th hat trick of the season, and that's more than a Ripple, folks. That's a tidal wave for the Big East Attacker of the Year. It is time for Big East Lacrosse from the Mile High City. Game 1 of the Women's Lacrosse Championship tonight, and it is the top-seeded Denver Pioneers taking on the 4-seed Marquette Golden Eagles. Game 1 of this semifinal tonight. Denver and Marquette now. The winner will play the winner of Georgetown and UConn, which comes your way later this evening. Welcome to Paul Barton Stadium here in a chilly Denver tonight. Here with the All-American Eric Law, I'm Anthony Mazzini. Denver has earned the right to be the favorites in this tournament, Eric. Pedigree of the program, undefeated regular season in the Big East, home field advantage, right? But this is a frisky Marquette team, too.
A very frisky Marquette team that's going to come in and pressure you all over the field. Both defenses known to give that high pressure to cause some chaos to get the ball on the ground, which leads to good offense.
It certainly does, and both teams have very good offensive options. We'll start with the Attacker of the Year in the Big East, Olivia Ripple for the Denver Pioneers.
Olivia Ripple coming in with 59 goals coming into this game. 4 goals the first time that they played Marquette. She is explosive with that ball on her stick. She has a very fast first step, and she creates those opportunities in between the lines.
The next goal will make it back-to-back 60-goal seasons for Ripple and the Pios. On the other side for Marquette, 2-time and reigning midfielder of the year, Hannah Bodner.
There's a reason why she's the back-to-back midfielder of the year for the Big East tournament, is the way that she handles and controls the draw circle. 72 draw controls with also 34 goals to go on the year. So look for both sides of the field, and in that middle, it's going to be a battle between Bodner and Ripple all game.
She will try to guide the Golden Eagles to their first ever Big East Championship appearance. They've been there a couple of times in this tournament field, but they've never advanced past the semifinals. And for Denver, they can win the 2 games this weekend. They will have a 5th consecutive Big East Championship. They are already owners of 7 consecutive regular season titles. We're off in the Mile High City, and it is Georgetown holding possession first with Danica Blix.
Now both these teams just seeing each other last week, so they feel comfortable with their game plans and how they're going to be doing it. But really important for both teams here, get a good feel for how the defense has made some adjustments coming into this game. So anytime you're playing in those first 2-3 minutes of a game, you're trying to feel out your opponent, see what they're kind of be running, and also you're going to feel defensively of what the officials really going to be emphasizing today. What are they going to be calling? And really the point of emphasis of maybe looking at some foul calls. But important to get everybody involved early in games offensively, get everyone a touch and let them settle in and get comfortable.
That last game a week ago in Washington, D.C., an 11-5 win for Denver. It decided the regular season title. Both teams had entered 5-0. Denver still unbeaten in the Big East at this point of the season.
For Georgetown, what I felt like really separated themselves against UConn on Thursday was their off-ball movement. Someone having the ball, and it was 2 or 3 or 4 cutters at a time.
Well, that's a bad pass, and Kira Obert takes it away and leads the charge going in transition. Obert with plenty of running room. She bounces it home. What a start for the Pioneers. Defense to offense. Obert finishes it off.
Tough to ask for a better start for the Denver Pioneers. Like you said, it's the strength of this team, making teams work for everything defensively, and it's just Obert picking that ball cleanly out of the air and then does it all. And here's the dangerous part about Denver. As you're coming down, I actually like the decision by Georgetown of make Obert be the scorer. With how dangerous Denver is on offense, you don't want Kyle or Thompson-Marr getting the easy look in transition, so make that defender of Obert, who hasn't put up a ton of points on the year, carry it down. And when she has that opportunity, she does a fantastic job of finishing it to the off-stick side of Wareheim. And what a start for Denver. 1 possession on offense, 1 goal.
It's only her 3rd goal this season, Eric, but it's a player that Liza Kelly told us coming into this tournament. The numbers really don't tell the whole story. Just so solid on both ends of the field, and we got a great glimpse of both ends of the field there for Kira Obert.
What a highlight to show that she can really do it all from both sides of the field. And anytime you're in these championship games, you're playing late into the season, especially in May, it's going to be that secondary scoring. Who on your team that's maybe not at the top of the list of your scoring depth chart, who's going to step up and make that play to give your team that extra juice? Because you know teams are going to be focusing on those top players. It's who's going to step up from that next level to take this team over the finish line.
Which we really saw from both teams in the semifinals as well. I mean, Olivia Ripple for Denver had 6 goals. She's one of the top scorers in the country this year. She got hers, but it was the other players. It was the Bowers. It was the Much. Even on the other side for Georgetown, Blix was involved. McGovern didn't score in the semifinal win. So both teams relied on that scoring depth. Georgetown's going to get it back here out of the stick of Much at X. Couldn't handle it. Well, the top offensive option for Georgetown is Gracie Drigg. She had a hat trick in that win against UConn in the semifinals. Sophia Loshirt also with a hat trick. Ziegler was the big story with the 4 goals. 12-6 victory against the Huskies to get to this tournament championship for Georgetown. Denver took down Marquette on Thursday afternoon to get here.
You know, we've already talked about it a couple of times, so it's going to be really important for Georgetown to make sure they have plenty of movement to the inside to really make that rover position for Denver, which is played by Carly Fronap on number 12, make her work a lot, which is then going to give some openings to other players that even if they're not getting the ball, they're opening something to the backside. Important for Georgetown, get the ball moving hot.
Well, it's moving, but they're way outside the arc right now. Whiff inside. Couldn't handle it on that inside pass. Denver gets it back.
Yeah, that was a look from Driggs to Ziegler on the inside, as we saw Ziegler trying to catch that ball quickly like she's known for. But as she turns, that ball falls out and then is going to get called for an empty stick check. She's actually going to get a green card as well. As you see that, that's actually a great look, and you're going to have to be comfortable fitting that ball into a tight window if you're Georgetown. And the look was there, just couldn't quite handle the ball. And then add even more on top of that, now you take a penalty and it could be down a player. And it's going to be very important for Georgetown to make sure that they are not having extra fouls. We saw them foul a little bit more than they usually do in that semifinal game against UConn. And with how well and how much offense firepower that Denver has, it's going to be important that you're not taking extra penalties and giving them extra looks, because they can be so dangerous with their hands free.
Let's get back across to Deneen. She's bumped outside by King, who played extremely well defensively for the Hoyas in that win against UConn Thursday night. A couple of caused turnovers, very active. Bowers feeds, dropped by Ripple. Recovers with still 45 on the shot clock. Back up top, Ripple. Inside, Much is denied. Wareheim for Georgetown, the second best goals against average, only behind her opponent today, Lexi Guaku, with a big save.
They always talk about your best penalty killer should be your goalie. And Leah Wareheim does just that, stands tall. It's a great look by Much to the inside. And Wareheim stands tall.
Penalty has been released, so back to even strength for Georgetown for their offensive possession. Fake on the shot for Steer, flag up. gives it off, and they will take the free position.
Now, we saw this happen a lot on Thursday with this Georgetown team, a very smart offensive group. As soon as they saw that flag go up, if they don't have a grade A chance of shooting it, they're okay, comfortable pulling out because they know that that ball is just going to go right back to them for that free position opportunity.
It is Danica Blix, who only had 5 goals in the regular season. She had one in the semifinal. The bouncer's off the crossbar. Up high for the Pioneers, it's Obert to grab it.
What a play by Obert. Reaching up one-handed to snag that ball at its apex, right at its highest point. That's a beautiful play to start some transition.
Denver so solid in transition. Talking with Meredith Black, the head coach for Marquette the other day leading into that game, she felt that that's where her team really got beat in that regular season game. Already we've seen the transition game against the Hoyas here in the Big East Championship today. Here's Caroline Kyle, second leading scorer for this Denver team. Her and Ripple have been Batman and Robin this year. That's Much again, but Wareheim has had her number.
Much getting another look to the inside, but as she takes this shot, her momentum is carrying herself away from the goal. So anytime that happens, both your accuracy and your speed is going to decrease. So Wareheim does a great job of just reading and reacting, staying high on that one. I actually thought there should have been a foul on Caroline Kyle. It even looked like the official was trying to reach for the flag and couldn't quite get it out in time. But nonetheless, a great stop by Georgetown.
Wareheim's made a couple of big saves early in this game, keeping it at 1-0. Obert, the only goal scorer so far. Here's Loschert.
As we can tell so far, these officials are letting them play pretty physical on both sides. So I appreciate you don't call it down here on one side for Denver against Denver, and then the same thing happens down here. Georgetown getting a little bit of pushed around on a couple different possessions and no call. So defenses are going to be adjusted, and your offense is needed to adjust to it as well.
Here's McGovern. Inside feed, a tap shot for Loschert, and Guaku saw it all the way, just tried to poke that one by on the pass towards the crease. More running room here, right up the gut for these Pioneers, all the way to net again, and a denial once again. Grover, one of the captains, couldn't scoop it in, but the second try is good on the rebound. It's Kyle tumbling to the ground, flicking it up and in.
We're going to get a great look at this replay, but I think Caroline Kyle has been watching a lot of these NHL playoffs. Watch this stick handling that's down on the ground to pick this loose ball up. You don't quite see it in that replay. To first get it, she does a little bit of a crazy pickup and then gets it. And I love the way that she's able just to throw that motion at one thumb.
Good start at Peter Barton Lacrosse Stadium for the host Pioneers, the #1 overall seed, up 2-0 over Georgetown.